Okay, so we're going to be going through my ultimate guide for TCG Card Shop Simulator. And we're going to start this one off with the bulk boxes you can create. So when you're opening packs, you are going to get a bunch of different cards. And when you are a high enough level, you can buy something called a workbench. And with the workbench, you can put all of your low value cards into a bulk box and sell them. It just saves selling single cards that are worth like 3p. These are the bulk boxes you will get. And over here in the corner is the workbench. Now with this, you can put all of your bulk boxes on the shelves and sell them. But if you have spares left over, you can just place them on the side of the workbench. So if we go ahead and we bundle together some cards, all you have to do when they are done is you just have to click on the workbench and it puts them there. You can mix them together, but I've got two workbenches, one for the base cards, one for the Destiny packs. And you can store up to 21 bulk boxes on each workbench. So it just helps save a load of time instead of having to keep bundling them together. If you do them all in one hit, store them on your workbench, then when it comes to needing to restock the shelves, you don't have to keep bundling the cards together. And next up, we are going to be talking about the stinky people that come into your shop. They have these green sort of like toxic clouds around them, and they are going to put your customers off. Without the use of mods, you can stop these stinky people if you just set something up like this. So these auto-scent boxes, you need to put the spray in to stop the smelly people. Basically, what you want to do is you want to force your customers, you can set it up however you want to, but you basically need to force your customers to walk past two of these auto-scent machines, and when they walk past two, they are going to stop smelling in your shop. I've got two at the beginning of my shop, and I've got one at the end of each of the sets of play tables that I've got set up in my shop. It just helps because people will stop complaining about other people smelling. And next up, on your phone, if we go to Go Recruit and you have a look at the different workers you can hire, these top two that you start with, the first two you unlock, completely ignore them. They are far too slow to actually be beneficial to your shop. I recommend waiting until you unlock the third one that has fast restocking and normal checkout speeds. The other two, you're going to be spending £50 a day or £150 a day or dollars, whatever currency you've got the game in. And it's a complete waste of time and money and everything because they are just so slow. So be patient with the workers, wait until the third one. It's just going to be beneficial all round. And next up, you are going to see my cards tables where you can sell individual cards. You do not have to put these on these displays for sale individually. You can do it in a group. So if we press R and we go to the album, we are going to filter it to duplicates, and what we are going to do is right click on these cards, take them out, and you can take up to 8, and when you've got a full 8, it's going to say your hands full already. Then you want to just press R to close your album again, then you can place up to 8 at a time. You don't need to do them individually. If you mess up, you take the wrong card or something, just press R and it puts all of the cards back into your album. So you don't actually have to place your cards individually, you can do it 8 at a time. It just makes it so much faster for filling up the card tables. And next up, when you are working the checkouts, if you give someone the wrong change, you're going to have all of your notes and all of your coins in the till. Say for an example, someone needs £15 change and you give two £10 notes instead of a 10 and a 5, you can go back and correct the change before finalizing that checkout. All you have to do is right click on the note that you messed up with or the coin you messed up with, and it will put it back in the till for you. So you don't have to panic about giving people the wrong change because you can actually correct your mistake before finalizing the checkout. And then if you look in the top left corner, you're going to see day 26, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is when your shop closes up for the day. And you'll see in the middle of the screen at the bottom, it says press enter to start next day. When it hits 9 o'clock, do not start the next day immediately if you have play tables. These are the play tables. You'll have customers come in and they're going to sit down and play card games and stuff in little events that you set up. If you have people in after 9 o'clock at the play tables, don't end the day because those people can just get up after their game and oftentimes they are going to give you extra sales. They will go around and buy things from your shop. However, if you do have staff, make sure you are ready at 9 p.m. to take over the checkouts because your staff will go home at 9 p.m. meaning you have to do all of the checkouts for your people at the play tables on your own. So yeah, if you end the day straight away at 9 p.m, you're probably going to be missing out on quite a lot of money. Just stick around until everybody's gone home. And then I've kind of showed this one off in a previous tip, but if we bring up the album, you don't have to worry about going through and like you'll see at the bottom of here, I did this for a very, very long time, where you got the X1 and you go through and you look for the ones that say X2 to find your duplicates. If you just press F to sort it and you go to duplicates, what that's going to do is like bring up your most valuable duplicates in order. So like in order of price. And you'll see here that it says X1 has got 2 in brackets. That means I've got 2 of that card, so I've got 1 duplicate. So the number on the left-hand side, so X2, X1, so on and so forth, that's the amount of duplicates you've got. The number in the bracket is the total amount of that card. So for an example, if I take this, I've got 1 of it, whereas this, because it's got X2, I have 2 duplicates. And you're fine to get rid of that as long as you've filtered it to the duplicates, like sorted it by duplicates, because you will always have another card that is not going to put in this section. And next up, this is actually quite a biggie. When it comes to pricing everything, it can take quite a while to do it, especially like with the single cards over there on them tables. It can get very, very frustrating having to price them all up individually. So the easiest way, the fastest way to price things up and still get a lot of sales and make money is if you just click on the price tags, you go market plus 10% and then round it off. The reason you round it off is because it's going to make it so much easier to deal with the checkout. You're not going to be dealing with pennies and things like that. You're going to be dealing with straight, like, pounds rounded up or rounded down. Like, if it's above 50p, it's going to round up to the nearest pound. If it's below 50p, it rounds down to the nearest pound. But either way, because you're 10% above the market price, you're still going to make a profit and people are still going to be more than happy to buy stuff at that price. So always go to the market price, add 10%, then round it and have that as your final price for every item you sell in your shop. It just makes it easier to deal with. And the little thing to remember is that the prices for everything changes every single day. So one day you might run your shop and a card you've got on sale, a single card is worth £248. The next day it could only be worth £237. So check the prices of everything every single day and just do that market 10% round, done. Nice and simple, easy to sell things, easy to price them up. Then next up, the penultimate tip is always check your events. If we go to manage event when we're at a play table, when it comes to the format, if you go to edit, when you have a certain amount of people that have sat down and played games in your shop, you are going to unlock new events. Always go for the highest event, so all the way to the right hand side as far as you can. Because granted, it's going to cost you more per day to run the events, but people are going to have to pay more. So when someone comes in to play one of my events, they are going to spend £15 an hour. It's a very simple way to make a decent amount of money. You're always going to make profit from this, so always go for that highest level event. And then the final tip is when you are buying shelves, if we go to the DIY, you've got a few different shelf types. You've got single-sided shelves, you've got the double-sided shelves and stuff. What I recommend is stick with the basics, just the £150 small cabinets, because these can stock 48 items or 48 card packs on each of the shelves. But not only that, when your shelves are full, if you don't have the second shop part open, you don't have stock shelves and things like that, what you can do is you can have, for an example, I've got all the rare packs here. I've got boxes of spare rare packs on top, and that's both sides. And basically, I've got spare boxes for every single card pack that's here. So my shelves are full up and I've got spare stock on top. It just saves a little bit of time. It's nice and easy to do. It looks good. And you can fit more on these shelves. So you don't need to go spending a bunch of money to get double-sided shelves and things like that. These are, in my opinion, the best shelves or cabinets that you can buy in the game. And that is my ultimate beginner guide to TCG Card Shop Simulator. We are going to leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching.